play for Hollywood. You gotta ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you... Oh, hello there. I am Stan the Movie Man, and this is my review of two films this week. First, let's talk about The Big Sick. It stars Kumail Nanjiani, Zoe Kazan, Holly Hunter, Ray Romano, and more. It is the story, based on a true story of Kumail Nanjiani, a struggling stand-up comedian playing himself, who meets a wonderful young woman named Emily, played by Zoe Kazan, and they have a sudden and sort of fiery relationship that both of them kind of tries to fight. Now, Kumail comes from a traditional Pakistani family, and his parents are constantly setting him up on meet dates with young women in order to try to arrange a marriage with a Pakistani woman. Kumail knows that him dating a woman who is not Pakistani will make his parents quite unhappy and may even get him disowned. However, when Emily finds out that he keeps his shoebox full of pictures of these Pakistani women, she kind of loses her mind. And that's just sort of the last straw as he's putting off meeting her parents and her meeting his parents, and they break up kind of suddenly and on very bad terms. However, Emily falls ill and is put in a medically induced coma, and Kumail is constantly there at the hospital with her parents, Beth and Terry, played by Holly Hunter and Ray Romano. And over time, Kumail figures out that he's made a terrible mistake by allowing Emily to get away. And now she's so sick, who knows if she'll ever wake up again. Based on their true story, and it is really, really good. It's a very sweet and funny film. There are, of course, parts that involve stand-up comedy, with Bo Burnham and Adie Bryant and Kurt Brownell are playing parts as friends of Kumail's who are also in the stand-up business. And his family dynamic is explored a great deal with, him showing up at dinner with for these get-togethers with these women whom he has no interest in whatsoever, but he's just too frightened to tell his parents what's really going on. It's a really sweet, funny movie that it would be a great date movie. I highly recommend it. I'm giving The Big Sick 5 stars. Now let's move on to War for the Planet of the Apes, the third in the series. That stars Andy Serkis, along with Woody Harrelson, Steve Zahn, and more. Caesar and his clan of artificially augmented intelligent apes are the target of a military group led by the Colonel, played by Woody Harrelson. During a raid on the apes' compound, Caesar's wife and oldest child are killed, and it becomes Caesar's mission to track down the Colonel and kill him in retribution, while sending the rest of the apes off to try to find a safer place to live. It is, of course, the third in the series of the Apes movies, and this may very well be the best one. It certainly is the most densely plotted and has some terrific effects work, as you would expect from these films. And there's also a very sort of sweet thread that runs through it, a storyline involving a mute little girl played by Amaya Miller, who kind of is Caesar's connection to goodness and kindness, even though all humans have ever expressed to him is violence and oppression. The story could also be transplanted to any other time in human history where a group is oppressed because they are different. It's a terrific story. It throws in a little twist there also that they do a real good job of kind of keeping tamped down until the point where everything gets explained to you, and that's it. I liked the twist in the story. It explains some things that that you see in the original Planet of the Apes from the '60s, and makes all of that make more sense. And Woody Harrelson is scary good in the role of the Colonel. He is a man with a singular vision, and that is to destroy the apes as quickly as possible. And he also has a kind of a secondary motive behind all of his actions. It's a really good film. I've had a good weekend at the movies. Take advantage of these two films if you can. War for the Planet of the Apes also gets 5 stars. Go to StanTheMovieMan.com to read my complete review. Follow me on Twitter at MovieManStan, and send emails to me, StanTheMovieMan@Comcast.net. Till next time, toodles.